Hi everybody, Andrew Cherin, attorney at law here. I'm a personal injury lawyer in Seattle, Washington. I represent people who are injured in car accidents. And today I'm excited to bring to you another edition of my video blog. Today's topic is yellow lights in Seattle. When is it possible to go through a yellow light, or is going through a yellow light like running a red light? So in Washington State follows the permissive yellow law, not the restrictive law. There's two kind of laws that go throughout the United States on yellow lights and how it's enforced. So when you're going through a yellow light in Washington, you cannot enter the intersection once the light turns red. So that's why it's permissive. So yellow means that you can go through the intersection on yellow. Now, going through yellow is very risky because there's a potential that you could cause a car accident. And by the time that you get through that intersection, it may be red and it may be green on the other person's side. So if you were in front of them, it could be your fault, assuming that they don't see you or they didn't do something wrong as well. But for all purposes, the law in Washington State says that yellow lights are permissive, so that means that you can go through the intersection when it's yellow. What counts as going through the intersection? Being in the intersection is considered crossing, that crosswalk sign. So if your car, any point of it, is in the intersection being past that crosswalk, you're considered within the law at that point. In other states, it's a little bit different. Some states have restrictive yellow lines, which means that once the light turns yellow, no one's supposed to proceed through the intersection at that point. That kind of causes some confusion in some situations in Washington. It could lead to a car accident if somebody all of a sudden the light turns yellow, someone slams on their brake, and the person behind them slams into them. In that situation, you have a little bit of liability issues with who caused the car accident in that situation. Is it reasonably expected that that person would slam on their brakes on a yellow light in Washington and Seattle? It depends on the case, but there's potential that it is that person's fault who slams on the brakes on a yellow when they could have safely made it through the intersection. That's kind of what also dictates the case as well, as could you have safely made it through the intersection without causing any delay to anybody else. So if you're in one of those situations where you've been in a car accident on a yellow light, there's a lot of liability issues there, and it may or may not be your fault in that situation, but there's a lot of things and variables at play at that point. Anyways, guys, I hope you found this video really helpful and educational. And if you have been in a car accident and you need some more information about it, please feel free to visit my website, www.lawcherin.com. And there's a lot of free resources there, a lot of blog posts that I have on there, and you can download my free book, The Car Accident Injury Handbook for Washington. So a lot of great value there for free. If you have been in a car accident and you need advice now, feel free to give me a call, get free consultations. My number is 206-850-6716.